Okay folks, hi there, hello, good evening and welcome to it's morning. Hello, good morning and welcome to another paper review by Blue Van Man 2.0 and staying with the Star. Bit of a slurp there, sorry folks. Staying with the Star, it's Tuesday, May the 21st, 2019. There is the Star. Once again, I say this every time, it's just an easy paper. So let's start off with the Jeremy Kyle axed in revenge for Brexit. Gobby Jeremy Clarkson was slammed yesterday for claiming posh TV chiefs scrapped the Jeremy Kyle show to punish fat, unintelligent Northers for voting Brexit. Let's go to page 11 then, where the story is. Here we have it. Angry as snob Jez sneers at Kyle fans, axe aimed at Brexiteers. Jeremy Clarkson said posh TV chiefs axed the Jeremy Kyle show to punish fat, unintelligent people who voted Brexit. The Grand Tour host reckons lefty TV bosses wanted to attack the northern Brexit heartlands. ITV cancelled the controversial programme following the death of a guest who failed a lie detector test. It is feared Stephen Diamond took his own life, but ex-Top Gear presenter Jizza said, hook up the lie detector test and then tell me Jeremy Kyle affair isn't about punishing poor Brexiteers. They're unhappy to let the farmyard animals in the north of England have this kind of thing to distract them from the mending the latch on their outside lavatory doors or warming up after a chilly dip in a tin bath. The hyenas and vultures are picking over the carcasses, saying that such low-brow nonsense should never have been broadcasted and that it is like it should never be seen again. I don't know what Jesus is on about there, to be fair. I think is Clarkson a Brexiteer or a Remainer? I haven't got a clue, to be fair. I've started to turn off what celebrities think of politics, because I can imagine, I've got my bloody collar up again, a lot of pigging Eric Cantona. I tend to turn off what these celebrities are saying about politics and stuff, because they actually influence people and what they say, and you know, it's wrong. Politics should be a personal thing and stuff like that. You shouldn't be influenced because Adele votes whatever she votes. If Adele votes it, I'm going to vote it. If who's that ginger one? Ed Sheeran. If he's done it, I'll do it. It's wrong. They should keep out of it. You know, you're not allowed to broadcast things political at a certain time. And I just think that, you know, I don't think celebrities should get involved in it. I don't think charity things are different. Getting support behind charity is different, but I don't think. I don't know. If somebody out of Coronation Street said I wanted to vote for Remaining, I don't think they should tell everybody. I think it's wrong. So anyway. So perhaps Clarkson is right. Perhaps the ITV chiefs do want to cancel the Jeremy Kyle show because of Brexit. I find it rather unlikely. I don't know what Jezzy's on about there. So Nigel Farage, he's been covered in a milkshake. Is this the seem to be the in thing now? Obviously Tommy Robinson had a milkshake thrown over him, and now they've decided to throw one over Nigel Farage. Is this how it's going to be? This is absolutely getting pathetic that if somebody doesn't like an opinion of yours, you go and attack them with a milkshake. I honestly don't understand it. It seems to be getting out of hand, this, you know, you have to accept other people's points of view. You have to accept that people don't all think the same. But you can throw your milkshakes all you like. I think you'll find that that will only help Farage. Who's that? Fraud. I do like it how it does that, how it comes up with fraud. It's brilliant. You like the ringtones? Yeah, they've sodded off. So yeah, it's getting out of hand, this political thing, and I think they're going to have to start prosecuting these people by giving them a massive fine, because you can't just go up once it's started. You won't be able to stop it, and it'll be stupid things like Prince Charles will be there or Meghan Merkel or something, and somebody will just go and throw a milkshake over them, and it's getting stupid. There's no need for it. If you can't argue politics mouth to mouth, face to face, then don't fucking do it. If you've got to throw something or attack somebody, I'll tell you another thing. When somebody goes, "Oh, you're just a Nazi," what kind of a fucking argument's that? That ain't an argument. Godwin's law. That ain't an argument. So the Brexiteer party earlier was ushered away by security in Newcastle. The man, Paul Crowther, 32, from Throckley, Newcastle, said, "I didn't know he was in town. I thought this is my only chance." He tweeted, "I've got my milkshake." So that was premeditated. You've actually took a picture there. You've took a picture, and he's took a picture of it, of his milkshake, and then he's gone and done it. That's premeditated in my book. Snowflakes have been told to wear sunglasses to bed to stop them looking at their mobile phones. Why don't you just leave your fucking mobile phone downstairs or in a drawer and just don't pick it up? For fuck's sake, what is going wrong with this country? New research has called on millennial students to block out sleeping disturbance blue light from phones. Well, I thought you could change your phone. I know I can change my phone to night mode. Fuck's sake, what is wrong with people? They found blocking the light reduces the impact on sleepy students, getting them to sleep within 20 minutes. Right, that's soaps. I'm not bothered about TV soaps. What we got here? Midget for rent anger. A Brit tourist hotspot faces prosecution over its rent a midget offer. Spanish state prosecutors have been asked to investigate if Chaplin's Disco in Benidorm has committed a hate crime. Officials from Seremi, or whatever it is, which represents people with disabilities, demanded an investigation after a street sign appeared outside the night spot offering a midget for hire. Chaplin has traditionally acted as a mainly British clientele with novelty acts including midget stripper show. One message on its social media said, "Our midget stripper show is on at 1 a.m. every night at Chaplin's bar. Also available to hire for your hen stag do's. Want to handcuff your stag to a midget? You can at Chaplin's." What was that? Someone's knocking at the door. Somebody's ringing the bell. I'm not letting them in. Where was I? Yeah, so you can hire a midget here. There he is, look. You can hire him. Shut up, you daft mutt. So you can hire him. I mean, if the bloke wants to do it, he can do it. I mean, it's truth, he's got to make a living. If the bloke wants to be hired the midget, then fair enough. Hire. You can't hire him, can you? I don't know. If the bloke's willing to do it, then let him do it. Don't start taking away his rights of earning a living. You know, he's got a disability, but obviously he's taken the disability, fucking thrown two fingers up at it and got on with it. It's an absolute joke. A Twitter troll who taunted Aston Villa star Jack Grealish over his dead brother was seriously injured in a fall at Wembley on FA Cup final day. Alfie Perkins, 19, reportedly suffered a head injury at the start of Saturday's game between Manchester City and Watford. Some chants claimed that he was left in a coma. Last night at London Ambulance Service said a man was treated at the scene and taken to hospital. The Birmingham City supporter posted twisted messages when Villa captain Grealish, 23, scored the winner during the league. Shut up! Perkins taunted Perkins taunted the star over his brother Keelan, who died in his sleep aged 9 months in 2000. Well, the Birmingham City supporter, what was he doing at a bloody Watford Man City game anyway? So I don't understand that. And if he wants to take the piss out of a baby that's died, what kind of a man is he? So hopefully he has fell down there, he has hurt himself. That's just plain, pure sick. A pervert who took an upskirting photo has been banned from having any device capable of taking pictures in public. Neil Abbott, 32, of Romford, Essex, snapped the woman on Liverpool Street Station earlier this month. I doubt if you will stop him doing that unless you chop off his hand. Right, let's have a look. JLS star Otis Williams was bewildered by a fan's crazy rape claim, a court was heard. A court was told. The singer told police he had consensual sex with a 20-year-old woman in his room, but he revealed she got upset because he couldn't keep going, maybe as she wanted me to. The woman claims Williams, 32, raped her after she met him in a Wolverhampton nightclub in 2016, but Williams told police this is crazy. I'm very perplexed, to be honest with you. I feel taken advantage of. I just feel like a musical artist has been put into a position where they can be taken advantage of. It says there was no way he was being a sexual predator. 2 of the women returned to the hotel while the 3rd went back. It's just getting crazy, isn't it? This, I think, really is a case of your word against my word. I would be terrified to be actually a bloke now going out on the pool and ending up on a one-night stand or something like that. I don't know whether I'd be bothered, because it's just, you just don't know what the outcome's going to be. So anyway, Emil Heskey's wife has claimed black players are being snubbed for coaching roles with no roles for her husband to apply for. The former Liverpool star partner Chantal claimed there was no management job roles out there for her husband and demanded more opportunities for black and minority ethnic candidates, she says. They're not really much opportunity for black players. I think the clubs should do more. Why not the England manager job? I understand this. The problem is it's hard to be a manager. I think personally, Sol Campbell will be a really, really good manager. I think it also depends on what position you've played in the football. I think because Sol played at the back and he played for good teams, he played for a good Arsenal team and a good Spurs team, and he's played for England, and he's working his way up. You know, a lot of these managers seem to think they can just walk into football at a big club, and you can't do it. And I don't think it's got anything to do with skin colour. I tell you what, right? If I owned a football club and I had a black manager who could do the job, the skin colour doesn't bother me one bit. It's the ability to do the job. And the thing is, football is such a fickle game nowadays. If you don't win at least one game in 12, as Claudio at Leicester found out, if you don't win them games, you're out. And it's such a big risk to take any kind of manager. And I'm not saying it's a big risk to take a black manager either. I think Paul Ince had a chance. And I thought Paul Ince was going to be good. So I actually said once I'd have Paul Ince down Leicester when he was... what club was he at? Can't remember what club he was at. And he were doing really, really well. And then it all just went wrong for him. All of a sudden it just went wrong. And, that's the way it is. But I think the need to know, the need to have a player who's got the experience. And Sol Campbell is, I don't know whether Emil Heskey is. I mean, don't get me wrong, he was a great player for Leicester. We used to love Emil Heskey up front. He was brilliant. But there you go. Police have caught a 53-year-old motorist who has never passed a driving test in his life. Officers pulled over the driver while behind the wheel of a red van in Surrey. Red van man. They discovered he had never passed a test, so had potentially been driving for 36 years without a licence. There you go. Mountains of rubbish have been dumped on the outskirts of a picturesque millionaire village. Waste left near Upton Greyhounds, including syringes, batteries. The site covered in public driveway near the pretty village. It's going to cost which is home to a duck pond and £1 million houses. Why? Why do people do that? I mean, look at that mess. I tell you what, it's such a mess. You can't even actually see the rubbish. There you go. Look, there's the rubbish. Look, amazing. Why do people do it? I'll tell you why people do it. Because it's such a bloody hard work to get to dump stuff in a tip. And it's an extortionate amount. I did the bathroom the other day. And I took all the tiles off and we've had a new bathroom and all that. And it cost me something like 20 odd quid to dump me tiles and all that. That shouldn't be happening. People will just take that and dump it on some side road. It's just ridiculous. Anything like that should be free. And then what do? They smash it all up and make it hardcore. So it's... Jaguar Land Rover has crashed to a 3.6 billion annual loss amid a slump in Chinese sales. So if there's a slump in Chinese sales, let's see if we can blame Brexit. The luxury car maker, which announced 4,500 job cuts earlier this year, suffered a 3.3 billion write-down in the third quarter. It slumped from £400 million profits to the previous financial year because of the economical slowdown in China. However, the firm was positive about recent sales after it delivered 120 million tax profit in the fourth quarter to March 31st. Following 9 months of losses. Jaguar Land Rover was optimistic about sales in the UK and North America, which jumped 8.4% and 8.1% respectively during the year. The company launched a £2.5 billion turnaround programme this year and has spent more than £149 million redundancy cost to date. We are focused on the future. So I was looking at Land Rovers, Range Rovers the other day. I was toying with the idea. I was just looking at them, to be fair. I've always liked Range Rovers, and because I'm a big lad, I was actually looking at them. And I was like looking at something that was like 2010 and stuff like that. And I was expecting to be around 15, 20 grand. So like, they're going for about 5 grand. And that's like one that's done something like 80,000 miles with full service history and 2 owners or something. They're going for absolutely nothing. I mean, I can understand why, because they're like a big 4.2 litre engine and it's going to cost a fortune to run, but bloody hell, I thought, if they don't hold the price, what's the point? A football referee was stretchered off during a top flight match at one of the world's highest stadiums there, then died in hospital. Victor Hugo Hudero, 32, collapsed during the Bolivian division professional game between Always Ready and Arito Petretro. There were 13,615 above sea level. Oh, you don't want that, do you? You don't want that at all. A lion as a test. These lions, you know, there's a lion and elephant. Look, they're trying to get the wildlife is amazing, and I hate to see anything like that. I apologise for showing you that, because perhaps people don't want to see it. But wildlife is absolutely amazing, and you know, they do eat each other to survive, and all said and done. Huge jellyfish stretched across miles of invaded parts of Britain. 1,000 barrel jellies 2 to 3 feet across have been spotted in South Devon, with some in Torquay Harbour. We went years and years ago to Torquay, and we saw these massive jellyfishes in the harbour and stuff. They're absolutely amazing. They're amazing creatures. It's you know, but they're coming up here. I suppose they're going to say it's global warming and all that kind of thing. Bookings to classic holiday hotspots such as Spain, France and Italy are surging despite Brexit stalemate. Holidays in top European holiday destinations are soared to 167% from this time last year. Travel firms reckon the strengthening pound is helping to drive up the value. See, now this is, they were moaning the other day about Thomas Cook losing out. Once again, companies that struggle, it's down to bad management, right? Thomas Cook have probably been stuck in the ways and they just crack on. But other people now are looking to save money. With the pound being like it has been and all that, people are looking to save money. So they're going to other places to get these holidays. And they're not bothering with Thomas Cook. And that's the way it's going to be. You know, either ship in or fuck off. And Thomas Cook are not doing it. And they're going to blame everything else apart from the fact It's shit management. A woman has slammed prosecutors after they dropped the case of a man who confessed to raping her in her sleep. Bonnie Turner, 41, who waived the legal right to anonymity, says she believes rape has been decriminalised and it's being ignored by them. The counsellor trainer was attacked by a man she knew in a London hotel. He left the country afterwards, but she spoke to him on Facebook. Miss Turner told she was still fast asleep when he forced himself on her. Had she been drugged? I don't know. That's shocking. Absolutely shocking. I can't... Oh, I don't know. Morrison's will become the first British supermarket to get rid of plastic wrapped fruit and vegetables. 60 stores will soon have an area where shoppers can buy their 5 a day loose or recyclable paper bags to carry them. I went into Morrison's yesterday and they were using paper bags on the counters, and it looked great. I didn't buy one because I'd already took my bag for life in, but good on Morrison's for that, and that's fair play to them. Just hope you ain't got to drink your Coke out of them like you do in bloody McDonald's. Poignant day, D-Day tribute to Britain's blooming marvellous war heroes as a centrepiece at this year's Chelsea Flower Show. Former Royal Artillery Joe Catin, 96, salutes fallen comrades in their £290,000 garden display, and another display a naked model Don blue body paint. Well, what's that? There's the old boy saluting his fallen comrades. Touching. Got to be one of the last surviving members of the war. It is sad. It is very sad, and we do treat our elderly war veterans with fuck all respect sometimes. In fact, we treat our war veterans and army veterans with fuck all respect as it is anyway. Half of them are out on the streets, they've got nothing, and yet you've got people who deserve nothing because they've contributed nothing who get everything, and it's just wrong. A police force is the first to launch a recruitment drive for adults with learning difficulties. A campaign to recruit 15 people into Gloucestershire Police follows the launch of Forces Treasure Seekers Police Cadets Initiative. That leads to introduce 4 community police cadets officers. I don't know. I don't know what the hell that's all about. Right, let's. An ex-soldier has been jailed for waterboarding his girlfriend after accusing her of cheating. Gareth Thomas, 37, has left his partner fearing she was drowning from the torture. She's unsure how long it's after. She said he told her, "Stop playing your silly games and tell the truth." Well, he's a fucking man, isn't he, old Gareth Thompson? What a fucking man he is, eh? Unbelievable. A drug dealer was caught when police found texts between him and his fed-up wife arguing about household chores. Darius said he was head of a huge drugs operation, but clearly hated cleaning up after himself. So that's it. He's dropped texts and that's it. He's fucked himself up. Under a 12-year-old boy is shot with an air rifle after retrieving his football while playing in the street. The youngster, who will require surgery for his injuries, was having a kickabout in Bolton. He went to get his ball from a roof. He was shot several times before being hit in the knee. Well, there you go. You keep it on the ground, you see. I've always said you shouldn't kick the ball in there. Keep it on the ground, play it through the players, go down the channels. You know what I mean? Use the width of the pitch. You ain't got to kick it on the roof. A policeman is accused of setting his dog on 5 criminal suspects. Well, that's what you have dogs for, innit? If you're in the police, set them on suspects. You have to arrest them. Now, I've got to rush it because I don't know how long I've got left on this bloody camera. Because normally I've got 6 minutes, but the grill. Right, let's keep going. Car share, what's that? Fans have been sobbing when Peter Kay hit comedy ending, but co-star wasn't. She was glad to see the back of the red Fiat motor that she filmed most of the BBC One scenes in. By the time we finished filming, I was sick of the sight of it. It was also full of crisps and crumbs, and after filming during the summer, the thing stank so much I couldn't wait to get out of it. There you go. Right, straight over. Let's. Right, here we go. Just Jane. Well, I've got 5 minutes. House rules misery. I thought living together would be sexy and fun, but my girlfriend's list of house rules grows longer by the month. When we first moved in, we romped all over the flat. Now she won't have sex if she has just had a bath, washed her hair, or changed the sheets. I'm not allowed to kiss her if she's got makeup on. I'm not permitted to eat or drink in bed. Bring friends over, or even on a whim. Bring friends over on a whim, or even watch TV channels without asking permission. She claims that her guidance constructs basic decency. Who's right? I'll tell you what you want to do there, mate. You want to fuck off and leave her. Because that's how your life's going to be now. If you stay with that, that's how your life's going to be. You ain't going to get no... that's it. You ain't going to be... and it will get worse, and there'll be more rules, and there'll be more rules, and that's it. Yeah, I'd fucking leave her, mate. And she'll end up stabbing you in the fucking back with a knitting needle or something. My girlfriend's mother has ruined our relationship. Her second husband left her for another woman last year, and she's been hanging around with us ever since. She doesn't drive. We have to pick up and entertain her. Our weekends are no longer our own, as she rings my girl demanding to know what we're planning. If we're going out for a meal or going to the cinema, she expects to come along too. Recently, my boss gave me the keys to his luxurious caravan for our bank holiday. I expressly told my girl not to tell her mum, but on the morning we were leaving, she rang up in tears. She sobbed that she was lonely and had no food in the house. Like a fool, my girl caved in and allowed her to join us. What really annoys me is that when my girl is out of the room, my mother either slags her off or tries to get off with me. Oh dear. More than once she suggested we should get together behind her daughter's back. I found that disgustingly disloyal. Whenever I tell her my girl, whenever I say I'll tell my girl everything, she warns me to not say. Yeah, I think I think that's it. You like the last one, mate. Don't expect a woman to choose between you or the mother, because the mother will win, and you've either got to sit it out, mate, and accept what's going to happen, or you move on. So, I've been living with my boyfriend for 7 months. We've been together since school, and we're both working hard, but our sex life has gone from bad to worse. He simply does not satisfy me anymore. Our lives are just very busy, and we've taken on a builder to work on the house. I think I've fallen for him. I think about having sex with him every single day, but I don't want to tell anyone because I feel guilty and conflicted. Do you know what I'd do, sweetheart? I would actually go away on a nice holiday. And you haven't got to go far. You can just go to, Whitby or Cromer or Torquay or Blackpool or somewhere like that, and just go away for a week. Just get yourself a nice little place and have some time together and see how it goes. Because you've probably got a real good relationship there, but you're knackered, he's knackered, and he's probably got a lot on the mind. And what are you doing having a building work done anyway? If you know what I mean? We can only. I'm 007 guys, pussy galore. We can only have successful sex if my boyfriend pretends to be James Bond. I have to be everyone from Moneypenny to pussy galore. His alter ego gives him sex appeal and verve. Normal sex isn't a goer, and he has no confidence in himself. But I'm fed up with bending up as Kenny. I think somebody's taking the piss out of you there, just Jane. I don't think... everybody likes a bit of fancy, a bit of messing around, but fucking hell, you ain't shaken or not shaken and not stirred. I don't honestly know. Well, why don't you tell him that you want to be somebody else and he's got to be the other person, yeah? Why don't you do something like Hannibal, right? You be Clarice Starling and he can be Hannibal, and you tease him behind the bars. That'd be a good one. That'd be funny. And he can't do anything. He'd be going all the while, smelling at you. And that other bloke, you could get his best mate in the next room and he could be shouting, I can smell your cunt. That'd be funny, wouldn't it? Hey, the classic line. So there you go. That's that one done. Right, let's have it. Right, I'm on my last bit now. I'm not going to get there. So Ole Gunnar Solskjaer told his players to ship it or ship out. I agree with them. They're all